Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Son Joku. It's Thursday night. You guys know what that means. It's time for the nation's voice. I made this show honestly just truly for you guys. So jump in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Every Thursday night, 10:30 Eastern time, I come up with 4 topics. Just kind of throw them out there. Want to get your guys' opinions on it. If you're live with me, please put your opinion out there, man. Nobody's gonna dog you out or anything like that. Let me know what you're thinking. If you're thinking the same thing I am, if you think I'm just completely crazy, and then we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this. Tonight we're gonna be talking about Mayock. We're gonna be talking about Abram. We're gonna be talking about Arden Key, and we're gonna be talking about Alec Ingold. I really want to talk about these 4 dudes and just kind of get your opinions on them, see what you're thinking about it. So hit me up, catch up. What's good, dude? What's going on? Welcome to the show. I know there's kind of a delay in here, so I'm going to I'll talk a little bit about each of these things just so you guys have a chance to catch up and jump in there. But we're going to start with Mayock. I truly think Mayock is doing a killer job. Oh, Zach, what's happening, man? I think Mayock is doing a brilliant job. I think he's going to come out there and he's going to nail this draft again. I truly think he's going to. And I think he's going to end up making 1 or 2 pretty big splashes in free agency. But I think you're going to see us make a pretty decent amount of moves in free agency this offseason. And the only reason that I say that is because in that interview that he was doing out there, he was talking about how we needed more depth on this team. And, I mean, he's right. And I think that's going to be a big cost to a lot of these dudes coming out there. I think you're going to end up seeing a good bit of turnover, and it's going to suck to see because some of these dudes I really like, and I do not think they're going to end up being in Vegas with us. So let me know your opinions on that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think he's going to actually go out there and just really nail somebody that's just a really big name guy out there, or come in and just trade for a big receiver and get rid of some of those draft picks that we have in the 3rd round. I'm really curious to see how it plays out, and I really want your guys' opinions on that, so please let me know. We're going to move on to Arden Key. This one's a big one for me. Arden Key is probably one of my favorite guys on this entire roster right now. I think he has all the potential in the world. I know Gruden's been on his ass. The injury bugs bit him. But this past season, he had 4 tackles, 2 sacks. He played in 7 games. He hurt his foot, and then he was done for the rest of the year. The injury bug got him last year, too. Zach says, the only big name I could see Mayock target is Jones from Kansas City. The rest depth. I could see that. I honestly could see that. I'm curious to see if the Chiefs bring him back. They got a shot at winning the Super Bowl. You try to lock down your roster at that point, at least for 1 more season, just to kind of see how it goes. But I would take that. I would take that all damn day. We'll jump back over to Arden Key real quick. Let me know what you guys think about him. I want him to stay on this roster. I truly do. But I think he's one of those guys that Mayock's talking about where we need more depth, and he's just not there consistently enough, even though it's been injuries. But the injury bug keeps biting somebody over and over again. You see a lot of NFL careers end that way, and it completely sucks. Completely sucks for those guys because it's pretty much out of their hands. It's just a freak chance you end up getting banged up or you end up getting hurt. So it sucks to see, but I want to see Arden Key stay on this team. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you think we should move on from him, please let me know. I know there's other guys out there that could end up making a pretty big difference for us, but he's a tough one for me. He truly is. I think that dude is a true Raider. I think he will truly show up in Vegas. I think he has this defense completely down at this point. And I think if he just had a true, honest shot out there, he would end up coming along and being really damn good. Really damn good. And I'd hate to see us trade him because I know we'd end up pretty much getting nothing for him. And then seeing him go to another team and just explode because I think he has the potential to do it. Cap says, I think Mayock will try to redeem himself for a wide receiver by trading. He missed with AB, and he ain't afraid to swing. Arden Key is young and just needs to put in the work. I agree with that. And AB, I think he's pretty much going to jail, so we'll catch you later, AB. The wide receiver, you think he will trade for a wide receiver? I could totally see that happening. But man, I hope he doesn't. I hope we go through Lamb. I think that would be huge in the first round for us. I know he'll be a rookie, but some of these rookie receivers have a chance to make a huge impact, and I think he's one of them. So it could be. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it works out, Ketchup. I truly am, because I wouldn't mind trading for a big name receiver. I'm not even gonna lie about that. To get one more just true number one out there on this team. He also hasn't gained the weight that they wanted. I think he shows some flashes to keep it another year. I think he does show some flashes to keep it another year. I really hope that they give him that one more shot. He has not put on that weight, but he's able to bend. That's what they always talk about with him. He can bend the edge, and the sacks that he has gotten, he's came in there just truly off the edge, and he's been so close so many damn times. But he does. He needs to put on the weight. They told Max Crosby put on the weight. Max Crosby went out there and he straight up put on the weight. Mayock spoke about that too. He's like, Crosby did every single thing we told him to do. He came out there and he did it. So, and keep Arden Key one more year. Give him a shot. If you're going to give Derek Carr one more year and give him a shot, give Arden Key one, because he truly deserves that. Oh, Ketchup. I did look into that AB thing. Man, that killed me. He ended up throwing a rock at the delivery truck because because AB refused to pay for the stuff his stuff for the delivery. It was like $4,000. So the guy said, "I'm not giving you your stuff. I'm driving off." So AB whipped a rock at the side of the truck and ended up putting a big dent in it. The guy drove off, and then he ended up coming back because the company called him and said AB agreed to pay for it and all the damages that were done. And then he still wouldn't do it. He still wouldn't pay for it because he wouldn't pay for the repair damages on top of it. And I guess it was his personal trainer jumped in the passenger side of the car, tried to jerk the keys out of the ignition, and ended up cutting and scraping up the driver. And then AB whipped open the driver's side door and threw some punches. So they put the warrant out for his arrest. That dude's going to end up being in jail. He should be. If it was you or me, we'd be in jail. So we'll see what happens because it's AB. But hopefully something happens to where he gets the help that he truly needs. Something has to happen, like it has to. So that's all the AB I'm talking about tonight. That story, dude, that killed me. I cannot believe he pulled that shit off. Oregon, what's happening, man? How are you doing out there? We were talking Mayock, if you got anything to add about him. We were also talking about Arden Key, if you want to jump in and talk about him. We're going to go ahead and move past Arden Key here. I want to talk about Alec Ingold for a minute. And a lot of you guys are probably going to get pissed off at me for this. I know that we are a power run team in the NFL. We're just a true power offense. And that, I love it. I truly do. And I know Ingold's a huge part of it. But I also know that there's only two other teams in the NFL that carry a fullback. And if you're running the 3 tight end sets, in some of those situations where you bring in a fullback, I think we could bring in Carrier just to open up that other, just to open up another position on the team to where we can add some more depth or have that extra player out there. I am not saying that we should do this. I am a huge Alec Ingold fan. The dude, every time he got the ball, except for twice this season, was able to get the first down because that's all he ever did. And then he caught that one pass going up the sidelines where he ended up diving in for the touchdown. And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's our fullback out there. I was like, Alec Ingold, man, he's the real deal. Let's go ahead and do this thing. But on the season, he had 10 carries for 17 yards. And those were the hit or miss first downs out there. He had a 1.7 yard average. He had no rushing touchdowns. But he did have 6 catches and 44 yards and a touchdown in the receiving game, which is damn good for your fullback out there. So I think he could be a bigger weapon. I truly think he can be. And I think the more that he gets just acclimated to the Gruden's dramatic offense coming out of college, I think it's going to end up making a huge, huge difference. But I wanted to see if you guys, would you rather see, like, when we go into the 2 running back sets, I don't know, it's probably just me because I'm older, but the days where you had Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson back there, or the Wheatley tandems, dude, I'm telling you, I miss that shit. I really think that's what Gruden wants to get back to. So I'd like to see just a huge power back out there sitting right next to Josh Jacobs and just see how it worked out. Just to see. But I want to keep Ingold too. Maybe Ingold could slide into that fullback / third tight end position because he clearly has some good hands on him. So let me know what you guys think about that. Alec Ingold, I truly love the dude. I'm not saying we need to get rid of him. I think he is awesome on this team. Him in the blocking game is insane. For a rookie to be able to block that good, it's fucking amazing. I'm not even going to lie. So hit me up. Let me know what you think about Alec Ingold. Let me know what you think. I know we're going to end up keeping him around for a while, but I'm happy about it. But I know a lot of people out there do not want us carrying another fullback. And I mean, we have one. So let me know what you think about that. Oregon, Mayock is a stud. That's all I got. I mean, that's facts. There's really nothing you could say. That dude's going to end up building this team insanely. If we can draft a wide receiver and trade for a number one wide receiver, injuries happen all the time, so having depth ain't bad. I don't mean trade and give up the farm. Just trade something cheap for maybe a third or a fourth. That's the thing. Like, I think you can get a guy like Jarvis Landry out there for a third or a fourth coming over pretty reasonably. So curious to see how that plays out. For some, I have nothing to base this on, but something in my gut tells me that Landry's going to end up being a Las Vegas Raider. But Mayock also said some shit out there. He was like, talk to a lot of agents, a lot of players. Everybody understands this tax thing. It's a big difference when you're dealing with that much money. So it's cool as shit to see that. That's the only reason that I think we're going to end up pulling some bigger names than you think we would, because we'll actually be able to sign them for a little bit less money, but they'll, in all actuality, be getting more money once their actual paycheck hits. So that could be huge for us. I'm not even going to lie. Zach, Ketchup, what wide receivers do you see possible trade targets? That's a good question. I would like to see that. What your opinion is on that. If we were to go out there and trade for a wide receiver, who do you think we go out there and pull that trade for? Could be Odell. I really see the Browns making some moves. I think they thought they were going to make a way bigger splash than they did. And I could see them shuffling some things around and making some things happen, especially bringing the new coach in there. Curious to see how that plays out and who stays on that roster. Man has to be some vet, maybe Jarvis Landry, not Odell. He will be expensive. Don't want to pay top dollar for a wide receiver. I don't want to pay top dollar for a wide receiver either. But even a guy like Robbie Anderson coming in off of free agency, it's going to end up costing us a lot. Just to be Robbie Anderson, I mean, he's not even a number one wide receiver, and that would end up costing us a good bit of money. I do not want to pay Odell money at all by any means. That could totally screw up the entire build of this thing. But I could see us going out there and making a pretty big splash. Nothing huge, nothing crazy, but a decent splash to where we come out there and, I don't know, get everybody talking about Vegas, because I think that's what a lot of this is going to be, is trying to get everybody talking this team up, getting all the hype behind it before this season starts so they can have just a huge opening. The draft's going to play a big part in that. I saw that they were going to have the players come in on a boat to go to the stage. So it should end up being quite the spectacle out there. I'm curious to watch that, man. That's going to be an insane night right there. All right, those are my things on Alec Ingold. Let's go ahead and jump over to Abram real quick. Abram's completely unproven at this point. And I completely love this kid already. I'm not even going to lie. That first game, he had 5 tackles, 1 pass deflection, ended up busting up his shoulder, and he was gone. Like, just done for the season. And it sucked. It sucked to see. I was so pissed off. He was such a huge part of this defense. Richard, what's happening, man? How are you doing? And I just don't know how you bounce back, or how our defense was able to bounce back from that. And they ended up doing pretty good, but he was a huge part of this defense, and all of a sudden he was just gone completely. It was the same thing with Vontaze. That's the whole reason this defense ended up taking a complete nosedive throughout this season, is because we just kept losing like our true key pieces out there. I think Abram's going to come out there and be a damn superstar. When you go out there and you talk as much trash as he does, you know he'll be able to back it up. I know a lot of the people talk about his hard knock stuff. I mean, a lot of that stuff is just built up for TV, but you could tell he was actually pissing some guys off out there with how hard he was hitting, and I truly think this is probably the hardest hitting dude on our team. And him paired up with Joseph in the safety positions is just going to be crazy, like completely crazy. So I really want to see what happens with that, because I truly think that safety combination right there, which we only got to see for brief glimpses in that first game, is going to end up making a huge difference for this team. It's going to, and if we go out there and draft that draft that Oregon was talking about, if we go out there and get Queen in the first round, dude, that will be a fucking huge difference maker. We're going to start stacking our levels, and we're going to end up being awesome, like truly, truly awesome. Richard said Abrams a beast. Believe that. I truly do. I'm not arguing it at all. I think he truly is probably the best player on our team. That dude's going to end up being a true, true superstar. You don't go out there and just talk that much shit that comfortably if you're not going to go out there and make some big plays. And the other thing that I really like about him, he's got size. He's 6 foot, 205. He's a big dude. And I mean, these receivers that are coming out every single year out of college, they're getting bigger, they're getting faster, they're getting stronger. Tight ends in the NFL right now are huge. I mean, there's some dudes out there that are 6'7", 6'8", coming in at like 250 that are running like receivers. I mean, shit, look at Darren Waller. He's the exact specimen of that people have to deal with. And Abrams can do it. I think Abrams and Joseph paired up together can definitely do it, and I think that would be a huge asset to this team. One of the other mock drafts that I did see they had us taking a corner in the first round. I'd still rather see it be linebacker, wide receiver, but I mean, you couldn't argue a corner coming out in the first either. But we need some depth. We need to make some moves, and I think this offseason is going to be insane. I want to know what you guys think about that. If you could see us going out there and just grabbing like just one big name. I don't think we're going to do this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But if you think there's just one big name out there that we would go grab, who do you think that would be? Zach says, with Abram, Joyner, Joseph, and Harris, is Joseph the odd man out? I think it's Harris, to be completely honest with you, in my personal opinion. Harris showed up. He played that one huge game for us, ended up pretty much beating the Chargers by himself. And he played awesome. And then he kind of disappeared, but he's study on special teams. But I don't honestly could see us keeping all of them. But we did go out there and we signed Lawson. We extended him today. So, I mean, he's definitely going to be on the team. We gave him it was like $3.6 million for another year. So he's definitely going to be out there with us. He ended up playing pretty good for us, but he proved that he can play either that safety position in the nickel spot or go out there and play corner. So I still think it's Harris. I truly, truly do. I think that's going to be one of those dudes that I don't want to see end up getting cut, that's going to end up getting moved on from, and that's going to totally suck. I'd rather see Joyner out of here. Joyner had a rough season, dude. I can't even lie about that. And he's getting paid, too. Like, truly paid. But I think a big part of him is we were supposed to have Carl Joseph and Abrams next to each other with him floating around, playing that nickel spot to where he could do and just kind of play the field because he knew he had the coverage and the hit in behind him. And I don't think he can do that right now, and I think that's truly affecting the style of player that he is. I think you'll see a big, big uptick in Joyner next season, and if we don't, we need to get that dude off this team immediately. Like, immediately. Oregon says, never fear, they signed Lawson today. We are safe. They should have added that cash to the school donation. Jonathan just needs to learn to protect himself. That school donation, that's cool, dude. That truly is. I actually sponsor something like that. I don't sponsor it. I give donations to it every year just because it's through my kid's school. Just making sure that every kid out there has a lunch. That's a huge step, dude. And I'll tell you right now, the Raiders making that move made me proud as shit. And that was who was it? It was Ingold and Waller went out to the elementary schools and had lunch with the kids. Like, that's some good PR, a huge PR just going into the city. And plus, it's just a cool shit thing to do. So props to the Oakland for doing that. Lawson, like I said, dude, I'm happy that we have him added. And I don't think Abram will protect himself. I truly don't think that dude loves to hit. Like, truly just loves to drop his shoulder, drop the boom, make the big impact, and just light people up. And that dude plays at like 150% when everybody else is playing at 110. I think he'll be able to stay healthy. I think he's going to bounce back from this. I think he's going to learn from it. But I'm excited to see that dude out there. I truly, truly am. Richard says, when you get some time, check out Jeff Gladney. He's a great cornerback. He can be a superstar in the NFL. Plays for TCU. Check him out. Next, Deion Sanders, sleeper pick. You think he's somebody that could drop to like maybe the 4th or maybe 6th round? Is he like that big of a sleeper, or is he a dude that we're going to have to take in the 3rd because he's going to end up being off the board? I do not know who that is. I'm not going to lie to you, but I definitely will check him out. I don't want to see us bust one of our first-round picks on a corner. I would actually hate that. Like, truly, truly hate that. I think we can get 2 definite starters right off the board if we go wide receiver linebacker, and I really see that being the move for us. But if we could end up getting another corner late, I would take that all day long. All day. Ketchup, what would you guys want Chris Harris or somehow trade for that Lions corner Slayton? Harris is older, but he knows the AFC well and can still hold his own weight. I really like Slayton, dude. I'm not even going to lie. That dude is a beast. If that dude would cost us a good bit of money, I would take Slayton on this team in a heartbeat. I think Chris Harris, I mean, you're right, he can still hold his own. There's nobody that could argue that. But I could see him possibly getting slipped up and having a bigger chance of being injured out there or not being able to play as many snaps as we would actually need him to be out there playing. In a perfect world, though, we bring in Slayton. And it is just amazing. I would love Harris. I would love either one of those dudes. I truly would. But if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely take Slayton. The kid is young and is going to be a true superstar. If he was playing on a better team, you would see his name everywhere right now. Nobody wants Harris. He's a cut target. Harris, I mean, that's the thing, though. You could end up getting him pretty cheap, and he would be able to, if nothing else, show you exactly what the other team's going to do, just with the experience that he does have out there. Shit goes a long way. You get him on a vet contract to come in there and coach up these young kids. I would take it. I would truly, truly take that, just to kind of see where it ended up leading to. Let's see. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that. I really want to hear about Arden Key. Daniel Jones brought it up last week, and I really want to see about that and how he does. He gets burned all the time. He had one good game. Yeah, I mean, he does get burned pretty consistently. But as a Raider fan, I'm pretty used to watching us get burned on a consistent basis. But if we brought him in there as more just that coaching role at a minimum wage, I would take it. I would take it all day. If we had CeeDee Lamb and Jerry... That's what I'm saying, man. I want Lamb. I want Lamb on this damn team so bad. I can't even say how badly I want that dude. And I really think that we're going to end up popping and getting him in that first round. I think we have a serious shot at getting him at that 9 pick. So let's do it. Let's do it and bring him on. On the board, who would you take? With that first pick, I would take Lamb. I mean, I would right there. And then whoever would be the top linebacker on the board at our next pick, like whoever that would be, I would definitely take him. I think that has to be the move that we make. I hope we don't pull anything stupid. If we waste one of these first-round picks on an offensive lineman, I will be so pissed because we do not need that. I understand you have to draft those dudes to get the good ones, but going into this season, we don't need it. And so I truly hope we do not blow one of our first-round picks on that. What about Lamb at 12 and Higgins at 19? Wide receiver problem solved. I would go freaking crazy if that happened. I'm not even going to lie to you. That would solve it. Boom. Gruden would have his complete offense and would not be able to say a damn thing. And you could spend the rest of that draft and all of free agency on your defense. And you'd be able to get both those dudes on their rookie contracts. That would be huge on this team. Richard Lindsay, Lamb at 12, Queen at 19. I mean, that's what the mock draft said. And honestly, I truly hope that's pretty much what happens. Like, it has to be. I think Queen is a stud. Queen is a damn good linebacker out there. He's the exact linebacker that Gunther needs to end up filling out this defense to where we have all three levels stacked when we're healthy. And that has the potential of being a top 10 defense. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to agree with that, but I truly think we have a shot at being a top 10 defense next year if we stay healthy, or just reasonably healthy, and we get a little bit of depth out there. And that would be one way to do it. Just go out there and take both those receivers off the board, put them both on our team, and then just stack our defense with every other available spot that we have. J-Dog, I finally made it to the show on time. Well, welcome to the show, dude. I'm glad you finally made it. I know I go on at a weird time, especially for you guys on the West Coast, but I mean, I work all damn day. I come home and just cut these videos, so it's just easier for me to pop on at nighttime after everybody's crashed out. So that way I can just kind of chill out and hang out with everybody for a while. So yeah, J-Dog, welcome to the show. Got any thoughts about Mayock, Abram, Arden, or Alec Ingold? That's pretty much what we're talking about now. We're also bullshitting about the draft, so throw your 2 cents out there. Arden Key just needs to be roommates with Max. If he can't learn, then he's got to go lift weights with him, study film with him. Max Crosby is a special beast, dude. That dude, I'm telling you right now, is truly, truly insane. That's what I'm saying, though. If you had Arden Key, I mean, we had this. Arden Key, you got Farrell, you got Max Crosby, we got Dion back there. Our defensive line is looking, honestly, pretty damn solid, but I'll give it to you. I mean, Arden Key's the dude that needs to step up. He either needs to step up or move on, because I could see him, as far as being the odd man out, as of right now in that roster, I have a feeling it's Arden Key. And for as much as it pisses me off, I could see us moving on from him. But I'm hoping the coaches see it too. I mean, they know a hell of a lot better than I do if they say he's not ready, and he's not ready. But he's still super young, so I want to see how that plays out. Oh, sorry, let me catch up here. Oregon, what do you do for work? Actually, I own a couple of pizza restaurants. So I cook pizzas. I'm a chef all day, every day. It's pretty much nonstop. My day starts early and it ends real late. This is pretty much my stress release. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. It's just coming out here, talking footballs, cutting these videos, just being able to bullshit with you guys out there. Just because owning a restaurant, I mean, it's fun, but you're on a schedule. You're dealing with people all day, every day. So it gives me the ability to just kind of be able to talk to you guys, just because at work all day I'm pretty much just talking and cooking, because I work in an open kitchen where everybody can watch us throw the pizzas and stuff. And it's got a bar in the front of it, so everybody kind of hangs out around the bar and they yell back and forth with the cooks, and we're pretty much just talk football all day. So it's a pretty cool gig, man. I truly do love it. I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I'll probably be doing it till the day that I die. But but it's cool, man. I appreciate you asking. Arden's attitude might not be right with Gruden. That's another thing, dude. I don't know. If you're not putting in the work, there's one thing that Mayock and Gruden have proven. If you're not willing to put in the work, you're not going to last on this team. So that damn well could be true, Jay. That damn well could be true. Richard says, can't wait for Max to get more sacks than Mac again. That shit's probably going to happen again. Max coming off that line, dude. You get 10 sacks as your rookie season. That's insane. Like, truly insane. Those are superstar numbers. And just judging by the weight that he put on and the work that he put in, I guarantee he's not going to just turn this off and end up kind of regressing. That dude's going to keep moving and keep getting better and better. And if we can get the pieces right there around him, and I think Farrell is one of the pieces that needs to be there around him. I think Hurst is playing damn good. I think P.J. Hall's going to end up playing really good. That defensive line is looking solid, man. Truly, truly solid. Like the vids, guys. Appreciate that. J-Dog. Zach stepped away. Oregon, you right here, was bad this year outside. Last 5 years before that was the best cornerback in the league. Huge need for us if he would come to a rival for cheap. And I think he would, because even players that come over cheap are going to end up getting a bigger paycheck because they're in Vegas without that tax. I think you're going to see a lot of those dudes kind of come over. The only thing I don't want to see is too many of those dudes come over, because we've seen that shit happen in the past where we bring in a bunch of these old veteran dudes. We end up getting smoked all season long. Half of them end up retiring, and then the whole thing ends up going to shit. And it's like, well, what happened? It's like, well, you blew your money on everything old, and now you have nothing. But I think Gruden and Mayock aren't going to let that shit happen. I'd like to see Harris on a cheap deal for 1 year. But if it came down to him and Slayton, like I said before, get Slayton on this team. But I also think if we could draft a decent corner, and that's what I could see us maybe doing, is trading like a third and like a real late pick to maybe move into that second round and end up picking a cornerback up in there. I could see that being a definite possibility. I'm really curious to see how aggressive they get with this. But at the same time, Mayock loves his pick, so he might just sit there and just wait for his turn to roll around every time. It'd be cool to see how this plays out. Richard Lindsey, just keep building in the draft and don't overpay free agents, and we got this. And that's the thing, and I think Mayock will be good about that. I think he'll be damn good about not overpaying free agents out there and going out there and trying to land the big splash dudes like over and over. 'Cause I will say this. I think Mayock made a statement to that team. I think he made a statement to Gruden when he went ahead and just cut ties with AB. I think he showed everybody out there, like, all right, I'm not Gruden's puppet. I'm going to do my own damn thing. I'm going to show you guys what's up. I don't care who you are. If you're not going to play the Raider style, we're going to get you out of here. So that was a huge move for him right there. And from the contracting side of it, we honestly haven't seen his contract style that much. These contracts that he's been doing, they've been real small, just kind of 1 year prove-it deals. I want to see how he handles some of these bigger negotiations going forward, because he's going to end up having to do some work with some of these dudes out there. And if Carr ends up having another good year, we're going to have to see how that contract looks, because that could be something that ends up not breaking this team, but locking up a good bit of our money again, especially for that first year or two that he's under contract. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. What do you think of Mark Davis skipping Carr's name? Was it by accident? Oh man, I died. They were talking about that shit so much. I truly think it was an accident. I think Mark Davis was just, he seems like the kind of guy that just gets super excited about everything. I don't think he did that shit on purpose. I'm sure they talked afterwards. If he ends up getting released, that would end up being pretty damn funny. I'm not even going to lie. Got a weird sense of humor like that. At the presser. Yeah, no. Yeah, that shit. It was JT on the break on the mic. I think he wasn't ready for the announcement then yet. Derek Carr was first out. No, that whole thing started late. I think they were pretty much rushing through the majority of that show. That did, dude. It cracked me up. Richard Lindsey is right. Belichick, that's why we have been doing it for year after year. I mean, Brady helps out and makes anyone look good. Even Cordell Patterson looked good at wide receiver. Man, I like Cordell. I'm not even going to lie. I know a lot of people gave him shit. That dude was so damn fast. We just never really had the plays to get him out in space. It really let him show what he could do out there. And then they were using him as running back in New England. And he actually looked pretty damn good out there as a back. I was shocked by that. Lizzie throwing the emojis out there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I think we're going to end up having a pretty damn good season next season. I want to know what you guys think. I know it's super early. I know there's going to be a lot of turnover out there. But I think you're going to see a lot of the dudes come out there that aren't really like the big money kind of guys out there. They're going to be the guys that come in there that sign probably the 1 or 2 year prove-it deals again, which I'm okay with because it gives you the money available to sign a bigger name, but it also gives you a chance to sign those dudes for longer contracts if they come out there and they really show up for your team. So I could see us getting probably a good 9 to 10 different free agents this season, just through the offseason itself, plus the rookies that we bring in. So there's going to be a lot of competition in the camp. There truly is. It's going to make a huge, huge difference once again. But I think you're going to see a lot of turnover. I think you're going to see it at the wide receiver position. I think Keelan Doss and Aitman are both going to be gone at the end of the season. I was kind of hanging on to Doss, really hoping he was going to stick around. But I could really see him being on the way out, especially after Mayock's comments, because they were pretty much directed at the wide receivers. And then Ty Williams is another one. But I've said before, I think he's a solid number 2. And I think if we can get a number 1 dude in there, it's going to end up making him a hell of a lot better. And then you have Renfrow and you have Waller, and then you bring in the speed dude, and I think you're pretty much set, and you just need to get one more dude for depth out there. So that's pretty much what I got for you guys tonight. Do you guys have any last thoughts? Go ahead and post them up right now. We're going to go ahead. I'll chill out for a few minutes, just kind of see if you have anything else you want to put out there. And then if not, we'll probably end up wrapping this thing up. So leave it out there, guys. If you're catching this on the upload, leave it in the comment section. I do my damnedest to reply to all you guys that comment on these videos, just because I truly love bullshit Raider football when I'm back there doing whatever I got to do when I'm working. So, Machiavelli, what's happening, dude? We were talking about Mayock, Abram, Arden Key, and Alec Ingold. Then we started talking about the draft a good bit. Do you think we land Tua, Gruden trades Carr for a second? I mean, if we end up landing Tua, we would end up definitely trading or we'd end up trading Carr for sure, just for some kind of value out there. Would you want to? I don't want Tua. I'm not even gonna lie. There's other quarterbacks I would rather see us take than Tua. I'd honestly like to see us take Hurts in the third. I think he will drop, and I think we will be able to lock him up in the third round. And that would put some true pressure on Carr, and hopefully light the fire under his ass that needs to be lit to get him really pushing forward. So let me know what you think about that. I personally don't want Tua. I don't know if Gruden would want him, but I don't know. I'd like to see Hurts. That's all I'm going to say about that. Solid night, bro. Oregon, appreciate that, man. Hope Gruden's not watching the Senior Bowl practice. Justin Herbert turning heads. I'm pretty sure, based on last year's draft, they only watched the championship game, and then they just kind of push forward. I think next season, Arden Key is going to break out. That's what I was saying earlier, dude. I truly think Arden Key is going to break out. I think he's going to end up having a truly great year. I just don't know if he's going to make it through the camp and through preseason. If he does, I'm telling you, man, I was talking about the way that he bends earlier and can get around that corner. I think that's going to end up being a huge, huge difference in just being that speed guy, because we already have the power guys. Yeah, I'm hoping we hang on to Arden. Truly, truly hoping. Ingold was a great pickup. Ingold coming in there his rookie year and doing what he did this year was epic for us. He's definitely going to be around. He could definitely make those blocks. I'm curious to see, this was the other thing I wanted to mention earlier, if we do end up getting rid of Richard, I was curious to see if Ingold became our third down back. Like Richard always came in there on third downs. I could really see that becoming Ingold's job, and that's the reason that we end up moving on. And that would honestly expand Ingold's role in this offense even more. So that would honestly be cool to see, and I would take that because I do trust Ingold blocking out there. Abrams is going to impress, and just watch. I bet he does. I mean, I'm truly hoping he does. Dude talks a lot of shit. He's better be ready to back it up. But, I mean, I watched his college tapes. I watched him in that first game. Watched him through Hard Knocks. The dude's he's going to end up being a truly hard hitter. But like these guys were saying, he has to be able to control himself. And I don't know if he can. And part of me truly hopes that he can't, because I would love to just watch him blow people up all season long. And I really think that's the kind of player he is. I think he's going to be a superstar, and I cannot wait to see that shit develop. That's if we keep him. Arden has a great bend and speed rush. Richard Lindsay, peace out. Till next time, Richard, dude, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out, dude. Hope you have a really good night. I'm hoping either Judy Lamb, Simmons, or Kinlaw at 12. If not, trade back and get more picks, because we have so many needs. I'd like to see a receiver late in the first or early second, or another in the third. If we do make moves, yeah, we'd have to trade to get that second round pick out there. But those first 2 round picks that we have coming out there, that truly, I mean, if they play it right, it's going to be starter that are going to be plug and play straight onto this roster, and that's going to be huge for us, like just huge for us. Zach says, Machiavelli said, I want Richard back. He's a great wide receiver, very elusive. He truly is, and there's very few running backs can catch a ball over the shoulder like he can. I really want to see Richard come back on this team. But one of those two dudes is going. I'm telling you right now. One of those two is going to be gone. And I'd like to see Richard stay. Richard and Jacobs plus a bruiser. That's really... I mean, I want a big bruising back. I truly, truly do. I think that's really... Like I said before, Richard and Jacobs, they're the same kind of running back. Same style, same size. And then we need that dude that can come in there and be the true change of pace back out there. And I think we can get him. I think we'll probably end up seeing us get somebody in free agency. I think Isaiah Crowell, if we end up bringing him back, it could be that dude. He has a lot of size and he has a good bit of power. Not seeing him at all last season, I think really hurt. I think he was supposed to be one of our top running backs on this team. So I'm really curious to see how that one plays out. Always like Washington, but no spot for him. I do too, and I think Washington has proved himself to where he will be moving on at the end of this season. I truly think he will be. It sucks to see, but he's gone. I think he's going to end up being a solid number 2 somewhere. Do not think he's a starting running back, but I wish him the very best, but I do not see him staying or coming to Vegas with us. So best of luck to DeAndre. AB is screwed, by the way. J-Dog, I saw that. I talked about that right at the start of this thing, man. I'm so happy that dude was never actually a Raider. I don't think we ever actually paid him. I think we just fined him twice and then got rid of him. I think he showed up to one practice and barely ran like 3 routes and then was off the field. So that dude needs some serious help. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully he gets it in jail. Yeah, Washington is really talented, tough, strong runner. It's good body control. Washington's a damn good back, dude. He's a damn good back. And I just don't see us keeping up with him. Catch up. Peace out. Dude, appreciate you showing up, man. I truly do. You're always a big part of this show, and I truly appreciate that. Crowell is a stud when he's healthy. Really sucked last year. Really hope he gets a shot with us. I truly do, too. I think that dude has some serious talent. I think he can go a long way on this team. I think he's going to be a big difference maker for us, and I think we'll be able to get him cheap as shit as long as he's healthy again. If he can come out there and healthy and be that change of pace back for Jacobs, that would make a huge difference in this offense. Nobody's going to want to hit that dude, especially if they've been chasing Jacobs. And the fact that Jacobs is willing to go ahead and just drop his shoulder every now and again, just run straight through somebody. Then they brace for the big hit and he jukes around them. And then you bring Crowell out there and they're already tired and wore down and he just starts dropping the hammer. That could be massive, like truly massive. Isaiah Crowell is a bruiser, mini beast mode. He is, dude. When that dude's healthy, he is a north-south runner and will go straight through you. Crowell seemed to have gained some weight after injury. Wonder how he does. I was pretty sure he had a leg injury, so I mean, cardio and all that gets messed up, so you really can't get the training in. I think if he ends up being healthy and goes through the off-season program, goes through the training camp, he'll end up being 100% ready to go again. I'm hoping his injury is good to go. So yeah, guys, that's what I got for you. We're coming up on that 45-minute mark, so I'm probably going to go end up and killing it here. If you guys have anything you want to leave, just leave it in the comments section. If I get a bunch of comments on these videos, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put it out there and make another video just talking about what I missed and what we talked about afterwards. So I appreciate everybody that tunes in for these things. I've had a bunch of viewers coming in and out all night long, and that truly means a lot to me. And for all you guys subscribe or commenting out here, that's what this show's all about, man. So come out next Thursday, 10:30 Eastern Time. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking. I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me. I just want to hear what everybody's thinking. Nobody's going to shit on your opinion, so don't be scared to put it out there and just let people know what you think, what you're thinking. But I'm Son Joku. If you're new to the channel and you're liking this, please do subscribe to it. I really do appreciate that. The more subscribers you have, the more exposure your videos get. So I'd appreciate when you guys click that button. But thank you guys very much. We'll be back in a couple days. Until that time, I'm Son Joku, and we will see you guys later.